Okay, here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $8.36 today. That is up 22.76%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $10.05 today. That is up 8.88%. We've been covering this stock a good amount the past couple of shows. This used to be a really popular meme stock a couple months ago and has since pulled back pretty significantly. But the past couple of days, the momentum has been really strong with this. This has been trending on StockTwits. The apes are piling in and pumping the stock up. So today, this was number 1 on StockTwits. So a lot of momentum behind the stock right now. And a lot of this probably has to do with some good PR that came out yesterday. Experts in India said that the vaccine, Covaxin, is safe for kids 2 and above. So that was really positive news. That was probably a big factor as to why the stock pumped up. And also because everyone is anticipating the WHO, the World Health Organization, their decision on emergency use authorization for Covaxin. There isn't a specific date as to when decision day will be, but it's expected to be within the next 2 weeks. So a lot of apes are buying in now in anticipation for that catalyst. But yeah, let's jump right into this. Let's analyze. So first of all, we have a gap up at around 775. So that would be a bearish indicator because that is saying that this stock is likely to come back down to fill that gap. And it actually may never fill the gap, or it may take a while, but usually the gaps do fill, so we have to take note of that. Gap up at 775, that is currently a bearish indicator. And it looks like we have a possible cup and handle here. So one possible top is 1030. Another one could be $16 or the high of 1877. So that could either be bullish or bearish depending on where you think the top of this cup is. If you think the top was 1030, that actually filled today. So that would be a bearish indicator because this should pull back to form the handle pretty soon. But if you think the top is 16 or 1877, then this would still be a bullish indicator because that would mean the stock might come back up to 16 or 1877 to fill the top there. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1027 and 997. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1028, 1086, 1136, 1204, 1254, 1294, 1359, 1585, and then the high of 1877. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 992, 963, 929, 891, 859, 828, 775, 740, $7, 667, 635, $6, and then 525. And there is support below 525, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Shouldn't be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 1005, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 1358 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 1358. The RSI is currently at 75, so that is overbought and overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 73 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So just based on the TA, this looks pretty bearish. We have a possible cup and handle that could have already topped out, gap up, high RSI and volume. So a lot of bearish indicators here. Really the only thing bullish from the chart is the possible cup and handle. No neutral indicators. So this chart is pretty bearish. That being said, we can't go just off the TA here because we do have this big upcoming catalyst of the WHO decision day. From now until then, I do expect this stock to keep running to the upside because I expect everyone to be buying the rumor here. And this is just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When decision day comes, and that should be within 2 weeks or less, I do expect this stock to sell off. I do expect the apes to sell the news here. So in the short term, I do think this will keep running to the upside, but nobody knows for how long because decision day could be any day now. And once the news finally drops, I do expect this to sell off. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I don't really love that play because if you buy in here and decision day is tomorrow, you could lose a lot of money. But at the same time, decision day could be 2 weeks away and this could keep pumping for another 2 weeks. So yeah, going long here is a gamble, not really an investment at this point. So if you understand that you're gambling and you understand that you could lose a lot of money, then I would say sure, go for it. Going long here would be a high risk, high reward play. So do that at your own risk if you want to. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I wouldn't do that just yet. I would hold off until decision day comes. It would probably be better to actually wait and get confirmation of decision day, then go short rather than trying to time it and putting yourself at risk that way. You could make more money trying to time it, but that is a lot more risky and you could lose a lot more money. So I would opt to wait until decision day, then go short. So I would support going short, just not yet. Wait until decision day, and that should be some pretty easy tendies if you ask me. Not financial advice. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this stock today and in the past week. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is OCGN Ocugen. Okay, here is AMC. This finishes at $40.07 today. That is up 5.7%. Okay, so there hasn't been as much talk about AMC lately because some other meme stocks have been stealing the spotlight, but it's still always up there on stock twits. So today this was number 2. The apes are still strong with this one, and we had a pretty nice day here today, up 5.7%. So there wasn't any news or anything to justify this price action today. Just typical AMC stuff going on here. Apes piling in, still trying to squeeze this one. Apparently the squeeze is not squeezed yet. But let's jump right in and analyze this. This does look like a possible cup and handle. It appears like the top of the cup is 51.30 and the bottom is 34.70. So that would currently be a bullish indicator because that means this stock might come back up to 51 to complete the top here. And this is also looking like a huge bull flag. I drew it for you guys here. Huge bull flag going back months. So that would also be a bullish indicator because that is telling us right now this is going through consolidation and eventually this should break out after it's done consolidating. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 40.19 and 37.55. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 40.19, 41.88, 44.52, 47.92, 51.31, 55.08, $38, 62.25, 65, 68.66, and then the high of 72.62. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 37.55, 34.72, 31.89, 28.87, 26.05, 20.39, 17.37, 16.43, and then the low of 14.15. And there is support below 14.15, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Should not be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 40.07, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. This shouldn't be a surprise. This is AMC. A super meme stock, very volatile. However, if/when this breaks 1750 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this comes back down to 1750. The RSI is currently at 52, so that is pretty average there. So according to the RSI, $40 is around fair market value. And this did 67.5 million in volume today, which is actually below average. So that's kind of odd. That makes me think that this pump today was a fluke and was not confirmed by the volume. So we have a lot of bullish indicators here. Possible cup and handle, bull flag, and this has strong momentum on social media. So a lot going for this stock right now in terms of the upside. Really no bearish indicators, and we have neutral indicators in the RSI and volume. So this chart looks to be pretty bullish right now. I think this is going to consolidate for another few months around the low 40s range, and eventually this should break out. This bull flag here is still developing, but every single day this is consolidating more and more. So that is a good thing. That is bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, it looks like a pretty decent play right here. It's not really the best entry, $40. You know, the bottom was $30, but this is still a pretty decent price. There is still a lot of upside potential, a lot of tendies to be made, so I would support going long here at 40. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before, and I really don't think this is going to go below $30. There seems to be some pretty strong support there. Yeah, going long here looks like a good play to me, as long as you're willing to hold for a little bit through consolidation. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that. I don't recommend that. Like I said, a lot of bullish indicators here, no bearish indicators. This is a meme stock. It appears like it's going to break out again in the relative short term. Strong support at 30. So I really don't see a point of going short here. Going short here would be a high risk, low reward play. I really don't think it's going to go too much to the downside here. Like I said, really shouldn't go lower than 30. And you're putting yourself at risk of getting squeezed out. So not too smart. I don't really see a point in doing that. I would not recommend going short here. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC. Okay, here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $8.36 today. That is up 22.76%. Okay, so here's yet again another meme stock that has been trending of late. Last month, this squeezed all the way to $12.50 and has pulled back pretty significantly. But the past couple of days, this is going on a major pump again. A lot of momentum. This has been trending high up on StockTwits. And today we get another 23% run. So very big day and very big week for BBIG. But there was no news to justify this price action today. So it appears like this is just more ape stuff going on. Apes piling in and shorts being squeezed out. So let's jump right in and analyze here. So we have two gap ups, one at $1.60 and another at $3. So those would both be bearish indicators currently, because that is telling us that the stock might come back down to $3 or $1.60 to fill those gaps. They may never fill, and there's a good chance they may never fill. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to those gap ups, but we still have to take note of that. Double gap up, that is bearish. And on the other hand, this looks like a possible cup and handle here. It looks like the top of the cup is either 11 or 12.50. So that would currently be a bullish indicator, because that is telling us the stock should come back up to 11 or 12.50 to fill the top of the cup there. So right now this is sitting on the support of 836, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 909, 939, $10, 1106, 991, and then the high of 1249. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 815, 766, 706, 678, 648, $6, 533, 518, 487, 460, 427, 402, 378, 351, 333, 311, 293, 266, 251, 226, and then 196. And there is support below 196, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Should not be too relevant. So right now with this current price, 836, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 533 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 533. The RSI is currently at 64, so a little above average there, and this did 107.5 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So the previous shows, I said that it looks like $5 is some pretty strong support, but we don't have confirmation of that being the bottom just yet. So I said it's probably better to wait a couple of days and see if we get some confirmation. And today I think we got our confirmation. So I'm more confident now in saying that $5 appears to be the bottom, and this does appear to be reversing. The chart is looking really bullish right now. I think this is going to come back up to at least $11 to fill the top of the cup here. Maybe even $12.50 and above. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 836 is not exactly the best entry. That's pretty far away from $5, the bottom. But like I said, this should go back up to 11 at least. So there is still a lot of upside potential here. From here to 11, that's about 30% to the upside. So a lot of tendies to be made. Looks like a pretty good play to me. I would support going long here. And if this does pull back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. And I will just say that if this does come back to at least 11, please hit the sell button. Don't get too greedy. I would recommend securing the gains if the stock goes that high. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that. I would not recommend that. Like I said, this chart looks really bullish right now and should go back to 11. Really strong momentum, so I really don't expect this to pull back that much in the short term at least. So going short doesn't make too much sense right here. I think going short would be a high risk, medium reward play, but it's just too risky for my liking. I don't think the risk is worth the reward here. So I wouldn't recommend going short at this current price, 836. But I will say, if this does come back to at least 11, then I think that would be an excellent time to open a short position. I think $11 and above would be a good entry. So I would support going short, just not right now. Wait till this pumps up higher, and you should be able to get a much better price. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today and the past couple of days. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice, but that's never a bad idea. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG Vinco Ventures. Okay, here is CEI Camber Energy. This finishes at $1.27 today. That is down 10.56%. Okay, so here's another meme stock that we've been covering a lot lately. For the past month, this squeezed all the way to $4.85 and went straight timber, pulled back to under $1, then had a major bounce, and now has been selling off again back to $1.27. So crazy price action on this stock. Very volatile. Today we have another 10.5% sell-off. So this used to be number 1 on StockTwits every single day. Now it is still top 10 trending every single day, but it's falling down in terms of the rankings. So the momentum is cooling off here. It appears like the apes are leaving this stock, moving on to other meme stocks. So there still is momentum here, but it does look like the apes are starting to lose now. But let's go ahead and analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 137 and 125. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 137, 152, 168, 176, 188, $2, 210, 217, 238, 280, 310, 321, 344, 381, 413, 437, and then the high of 485. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 125, 120, 112, 107, 101, 91 cents, and then the low of 83 cents. And there is support below 83, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now with this current price, 127, the channels to the upside are very wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if this runs to the upside. However, to the downside, the channels start to narrow. So expect a significant decrease in price action if this runs to the downside. The RSI is currently at 44, so a little bit below average there. And this did 119 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. The past couple of shows, I've been saying that this looked like a dead cat bounce to me, and I expect it to continue to go into free fall. And it appears like my prediction is correct up to this point. We are now on a 5-day losing streak after this bounced. And it appears like there is no support in sight just yet. So in the short term, I do expect this to keep free falling. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that. I would not recommend that. Again, this is still going into free fall with no support in sight. So if you were to go long here, you would be buying into a falling knife, and you're probably going to end up holding some bags. So not a great idea to go long here at 127. However, I will say that eventually this will start to catch some support. If you want to go long, the better play is to observe the price action. Watch when this starts to catch some support and starts to bottom out, then come in and make your move. You should be able to get a much better price than 127 if you're a little patient here. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like an okay play. You already missed out on the super fat tendies. You should have shorted at 4, 3, or even 2 maybe. So at 127, this really isn't the greatest entry going short, but there still is downside potential. Can't say how much downside potential, but this should keep going to the downside. So there are tendies to be made here. So I would support going short, but again, once this starts to catch some support and starts to bottom out, please cover. Don't get too greedy. Just secure the gains and get out. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today and in the past week. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is CEI Camber Energy. So here is NRXP NRX Pharmaceuticals. This finishes at $11.91 today. That is up 26.17%. So we did have news on this one today. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so it says the company announced the Journal of Infectious Diseases and Treatment published trial data of aviptadil in high comorbidity patients suffering from critical C19 with respiratory failure. So I'm not a medical professional, but I know that is good PR. Their drug is showing good signs of combating the C19. So that was some great PR. Apes really liked it, and the stock goes up 26% today. So not much else to say. Let's jump right in and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap up today at $10. So that is a bearish indicator because that is telling us the stock is likely to come back down to $10 to fill that gap. And honestly, probably going to happen in the short term. We also have a gap down at around $14.90. So that would be a bullish indicator because that is telling us this stock could come back up to $14.90 to fill that gap. We also have a possible cup and handle here. Looks like the top of the cup could be 16, 25, 49, 57, 63, or 77. But what's important is that all of those possible tops are above the current price. So those are all bullish indicators because the stock could come up to fill one of those tops there. The RSI is currently at 56, so a little above average. And this did 60 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So just my opinion, not financial advice, guys. I think in the short term, this should pull back to fill the gap. Longer term, this does seem pretty bullish. But I do think in the short term, this looks pretty bearish. This is pumping on PR today. Very momentum driven. So I do expect people to start taking profits and the stock to pull back. I think it's going to come back down, fill the gap at $10, and then eventually run back up to the upside. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would hold off for right now. I would set your buy orders at $10. This should pull back to at least $10 to fill the gap. So I think at that price, that would be an excellent entry. So I would support going long, just not at $11.91, but I think $10 would be an excellent entry for going long. So I would support going long at $10. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, it's an okay play. Not too much downside potential. That's a little over 10% to the downside. So not the most tendies in the world. And this stock currently is at a 155% borrow rate. So this stock is being shorted down a lot right now. So if the apes come in here and start getting some momentum going, they could theoretically squeeze this stock. So, going short here for a little over 10% with the risk of getting squeezed out for a lot of money doesn't seem too worth it to me. That seems to be a high risk, low reward play. Doesn't seem too smart, so I wouldn't recommend going short here. I just think it's too risky. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is NRXP NRX Pharmaceuticals. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.